Hello, everyone, and I welcome you to my series, Women in Stability in Times of Instability, a series which talks about powerful women, a series which talks about women like Ida Faal, who is my very, very special guest today. And she's joining us all the way from Gambia. And before I begin today's session, I would like to tell that today's story is all about determination, courage, inspiration, and walking your own path. And that is what Ida Faal is all about. And yes, women are very synonym to the growth of a society, to the progress of a society. And they, as even Napoleon said, that give me good mothers and I will give you a good nation. And yes,
Mhm.
it's all about power. And Ida Faal is all about that. As I was just telling Ida some time back, that the fight is not about finding the status for women, and the fight is not about finding the equality of women. It's about just acknowledging women and giving them the due respect, because even the millennial women today have to still talk about the patriarchal thoughts. She still is considered as a weaker sex. But we have people like Ida Faal, who at a very young age of 25 has defied the thoughts which exist like these. She has defied the norms. She has created her own path. And yes, this is Ida Faal, all the way joining us from Gambia. Welcome, Ida, to my show. Hello, Ida. Welcome to my show, Ida.
Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
So yes, Ida, I know you spoke to me so beautifully about the commencement of your journey, but I don't want my viewers to miss that out. And if you can please say that again, that I know that at the young age of 25, you thought of becoming and being celebrated as an auto mechanic. You defied the norms of the society. You defied the norms of your home. You walked the path that you wanted to walk, and as people would say, a timid woman, but in a man's world. How did you start your journey, Ida? Because I really want to know, where did you gather the courage and the inspiration from? So over to you, Ida.
Thank you so much once again for having me. I am so honored to be in this platform. I have been following you and I learn a lot, obviously. So, yes, I can say my journey started 5 years back. I guess when I was 20 years old, that I decided to be an auto mechanic technician, auto mechanic repairer. So, um, it was not a easy road. It was kind of rough, but I always tell people like determination, self-confidence, and self-belief is the key to success. If you have those things, there is nothing impossible that you cannot achieve in this world. And those are the things that take me along throughout my journey in time. So I started way back. I never thought that I'm going to be an auto mechanic technician in my life. So I grew up liking many things, obviously, liking the jobs that society think that those works are for women. That's like my mom wants me to be a banker. That's banking, teaching, let's say modeling, fashion designing, makeup artists. Those are the kind of work that society thinks they are for women. And if you come to careers like mechanic, plumbing, electrician, shoemaking, truck driver, engineers in general, pilots. Oh my God, she is crazy. You cannot do that because you
Ida, can
are
you
a
hold
girl.
the mic closer to your mouth, the mic? Yeah, yeah, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
So yes,
So they will tell you, oh, you are crazy. That's you cannot do that. That's a man's job, it's not a woman's job. So when I tell my cousin, my mom that I want to be a mechanic, it was a whole joke at home. At first, they think that I was joking. So some people will tell me that you're so tiny, your hands are so small, you cannot obviously become a mechanic. But I was having the determination. Then I start looking for a school. Then I went to the school that I was into. Imagine somebody who's supposed to be my lecturer just look at me and tell me that if you come here, you're going to waste your time because you were too cute for this job. This job is not for you. So you can go back and choose another career. So it's like, oh, wow. So I was like, okay, Mr. Emmanuel, I'm going to come here and I'm going to make it, and you're going to be proud of me. That's how it started. But it started like I have to change a lot. There are certain things that I used to do, I didn't do with them anymore. There are certain friends that I don't hang out with. There are certain family members that I don't hang out with anymore. Because if you decide to take certain journeys and changes in your life, it has to do with a lot of sacrifices. And if you're not ready for those sacrifices, then you're not ready for any challenge, because you have to challenge yourself. You have to challenge your comfort zone. You have to do things that will help you achieve and reach those goals. And that's what I do. And I'm
So
still
yes,
here.
you did come out of your comfort zone, and you had to face a lot of resistance. As you told me that even your mama was not very happy because she wanted you to be a banker. What was her thoughts, and how did you fight the situation at home, and then in your school, when your educator also told you you cannot? So even at home, even at school, you did not find that encouragement, but you wanted to do it. So where did you find the courage from?
Well, with my mom, I cannot blame her that much, because it's the way that society view women in certain ways, because our society, our culture, tradition, religion doesn't accept us women to do certain works. They will tell you that no, a woman should not do this, a woman should not do this. So from her own perspective, it was based on religion and culture. So she was like, no, this is a man's job. You should not do that. You should do that and that. I pay your school fees. You have gone so far. Why are you going to do that? And in another sense, they see those works as dirty work, that you should know. If you're a mechanic, you have all that stain in your body. You have the oil all over you. And if you're like me, it's the passion. If you're driven by passion, passion is priceless. So what I do is, like, I let my mom see how much I love my job. I tell the people this is who I am. So I let them know that this is who I am. What I first do is, like, I go out with my overall everywhere. I wear my John shirt, my mechanic John shirt.
Can you
I
hold
go to
your
market.
mic closer to your phone? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you
Yes.
wear your
So I will
jumpsuit everywhere you go?
everywhere, in markets, in parties, in restaurants. And I walk with it in the street, because I want people to perceive this message that this is me and this is who I am, and I am ready for it, and I'm going to do it. So when my mom said that I was becoming so serious about it, I like what I do, people also know that I like it. That's where the encouragement started coming from. And at school, what I did is, like, I challenged myself. I wasn't good at math, but I tried my level best to be very good at math. I wasn't very strong, but I pushed myself to be strong, because I had to prove to my educator that yes, I am a woman, I am strong, and I can do it. I can do whatever these boys are doing. So I challenge myself. I make sure in my school I was the best in my whole batch. I was the best. I was top of my class. Practicals and theory objective, I was the best in the whole class in my time. So that's how I proved to them that yes, I can really do it.
So that's awesome. But tell me one thing, like you are just talking about the Indian culture, like the way we have in India, where women are considered to be fragile, where they're male-dominated jobs, and the mothers don't want the grease on their daughters. They want them to be the prettiest fairy. So, what is the kind of culture in Gambia? Is it just like what I told you we have in India?
Yes, that's the same culture in Gambia. I think that culture is everywhere. Sorry about that. I
It's all
think
right.
this everywhere when you talk about a girl child. When you could talk about the girl child, because in people's
the way they perceive a girl child is that you are so fragile. You're so fragile. You're gonna do certain things, and I'm gonna tell them that that is not true. We are strong. Our body, if you look at it outside, we are fragile, but inside we are strong. The amount of pain that we endure, nobody on earth endures it. We are very strong. We are not that fragile. So it's the same thing. And they will tell you the religion. Sometimes they will even tell you that you should not walk in the presence or in the midst of men. That is not good. You should not shout on top of your voice very loud. You should get married in a very early age. You should be at home taking care of your wife and your family, your kids. So if you define all that and trying to be your own person, obviously they look at you like a zombie or somebody who is like being brainwashed.
Yes, yes.
So that's the things that I'll get a lot. You have been brainwashed. You are so feminist now. You only talk about oppressing men, and nobody can oppress them. They are our partners. They are our support system. We need them in order to grow, like the way they need us too in order to grow.
Right.
We both cannot go without each other. But sometimes they will tell you that you are oppressing men, you are challenging men, you want to walk like them, you want to be like them. Like, that's not the case. There is no gender when it's come to education, and there is no gender when it's come to a career. A career is a career, and education is the education. So let's just come in.
So beautifully said, Ida, that career is a career and dedication is dedication and passion is priceless. Wow, at such a young age, you talk so miraculously, and I think you talk so much out of the experience and the hardship that you've gone through. But tell me one thing. I read that you wanted to be a banker initially, just like what your mother wanted you to be, and then you were not good at that particular area, and then that's when you shifted your focus then to studying auto repair and engines. So how did this entire study happen? Did you physically work under someone's guidance? Did you have to read books? You had to pass some examination? How is it like in Gambia? Because in India, I don't know any woman who, I mean, if you ask me to change my car tire, I will not be able to do that. I told you the other day, I will call up my husband to change my tire. Yeah, so how did you actually study this? I mean, like, what did you have to do to get where you are today?
Obviously, in the Gambia, our university is not offering anything on engineering subject, but we have a big institution like the GTTI that are offering technical studies like auto mechanic, carpentry, welding and fabrication, and also you enroll to these schools. So what I did when I finished my ICM, I went for job hunting, and it wasn't pleasant on my side. I just said to myself that is not for me. Let me start being my own boss. One thing about me, when I was growing up, it's in a very early age, I have this mindset of a business person. During my school days, I write for people and they pay me money. So I have that.
Oh, so you are actually wanting to be a businesswoman from a young age.
From a very young age. So, and me being a banker, that's my mom passion. You know, and there's also that I want to say something about that. Sometimes most of us, we follow our parents' dream instead of our own dreams. Like your parents want you to be a banker, a lawyer, or a doctor, and you want to be, let's say, an artist or a musician, and then you will be so afraid because they are financing you, they are sponsoring you, and then you will just follow that dream. It's not your passion. You will end up taking that job and leave it and waste your whole time again, study something again, and then follow your own dream. So I'm just telling parents out there, please, 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 let your children decide sometimes for themselves. Let them choose the career that they are passionate about. Sometimes it's not about the money. Passion, like what I say, is priceless. If you're doing something that you really love, you enjoying it. And if you're touching lives outside there, the impact and the happiness and the joy, nothing else can buy that. So it was, the banking part was my mom's dream. It wasn't mine. So when I finally find my dream, So where I was living is at the Paka. I know the Gambians and the Senegalese will know this one very well. It's where they sell car parts all over the place. That's the
Right.
society that I grew up with at
Right.
Latakunda. So I grew up seeing car parts everywhere around me. So it was so easy. So what I did is like I started picking them up, selling them, and making money. So it was nice.
Okay. Okay. That was interesting. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I will take them from these Nigerians and Senegalese, me and some of these boys, and go sell them. So they call it in Gambia ferai. So I
Yeah,
sell,
right.
yes. So I sell the car spare parts and make money. That was pleasant. So I was like, okay, I should enroll in this business. So before I enroll to school, I start going to the local mechanic shops. I start wearing my John shoots, going to the local mechanic shop. I start working on cars even before I enroll in school. So I had the practical knowledge before
Practical.
before I have the theoretical part of it. So I enrolled in the mechanic shop. That's where I was working, change tires, change engines, brake pads, bleed the cars. That's how I started up. And then I enroll into the school. That's the SOS TPC, and that's where I get all my practicals, the diagnostics, the everything, the electrical parts and all that. And now I am on my online schooling too. Still, I have a long way to go.
Is awesome because you actually just not think about it. You actually went inside it. You did not wait for the theoretical knowledge to just come through. You went in the practical place and started exploring and learning by doing it because you were so passionate about it. And it's so beautifully said, Ida, that parents, even if they're sponsoring you, even if they are paying for your education, they must sit down with you and ask you what your passion, what your dream is, and they should let you live your dream, because it's only when you live your dream is when you're going to success. So
Mm-hmm.
that's beautifully said. But tell me one thing: what was the reaction of men when they would see that you are wearing the jumpsuit and you are in the garage and you are working? And so I'm sure your fellow workers are all men, and so how is that ratio working?
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that, all of my interviews, when I say that, people will be like, oh my God, why will you say that? But the truth is, men have been so supportive in my journey more than women. To tell you the truth, the amount of support I get from men is different from the ones I get from my fellow women. It's totally different. So when I went to the garage, some of them will tease me and tell me that, oh, obviously I don't want to marry you because you're a mechanic. You're a dirty mechanic. Look at you. You have grease, you have oil still all over you. I just laugh and they laugh. And some of them, if I'm working with their cars, they would think that I'm too weak. I cannot leave certain things. Some of them will tell me that, no, leave it. Let me come and help you. Or they will be telling me that, no, you cannot do this. Go and call a man who can do it. So those are some of the things that, some of the challenges that I face sometimes. Oh, I'll be working on somebody's car and then the person will not trust me with the car because I'm a woman. So
Yeah.
the person will
Because
either
my
go
next
to
question
YouTube.
was actually this: that how do your customers react to you? Do they go to the men mechanic instead of coming to you? Because yes, I mean, after asking you about your co-workers' reaction, I wanted to ask you about your customers. How do you build that trust being a woman?
Yeah, actually, they trust me more because I am a woman. Because for them, women are more sincere with more than men.
True.
So they trust me a lot, a lot, a lot. But sometimes I'll just sit in the office and somebody will come and tell me, where is the boss? Where is your boss? I'm like, I'm the boss.
Nice, nice.
The boss. So they just laugh. And some of them will tell me, I hear your name. I thought you were somebody tall and tough. I'm like, no, I am this small. But the thing is, the work is all is technical and the experience. So it's not, sometimes I think that so much power is involved, but there is not much power that is involved. Now we have tools that makes it very easier. So most of the cases, I will be doing something in the garage and somebody will just come. A customer will offer to help me, like help me jack the car, because
Oh,
he thinks that I'm too weak, I cannot do it, so he will
nice.
help me jack the car.
Okay.
And someone will help me take off the tire, and I'll be just laughing. I'll be like, sometimes I'll be like, leave me, let me do my work. Or some of them will not trust me because I'm a woman. They will go to YouTube and start Googling and start watching videos and then come and tell me that, do you think we can do it like this? Or do you think I will tell you that you cannot teach me my job.
Wow.
If you know it, you will not bring your car.
That's
You will
beautiful.
work on your car perfectly yourself. So
Right.
these are some of the things that, yeah, I come across with sometimes.
That's really awesome, and it's so commendable. So viewers, coming back once again to Ida's journey, she started at a young age of 20, where she started to pursue her dream. Her mother wanted her to be a banker, but she landed up being breaking all the stereotypes and being a auto repair mechanic, building her own niche, creating that place for her where she wants to be, generating that trust with her customers. And yes, she just does not stop there. She is also the founder of this platform where she encourages skill development and skill training at school level, because she believes that in order to understand and in order to pursue your passion at a very young age, it is important to resonate with that feeling. So yes, Ida, would you like to tell the viewers about your foundation, and what all do you do in that?
Yes, ClockTvet Foundation is an initiative that I founded in 2017. So what we do in ClockTvet is like we create awareness about the importance of skill training in the Gambia, especially on girls. We have so much girls. Sometimes I tell people that not everybody is good in school. There are children that they're not good in school, but they're good in technical subjects. They can do something else. Like I share this story a lot with people. When I was in my third grade, I cannot spell boy, B-O-Y, because I confused the letter B and the letter D. So my mom wanted to take me out of school. So I tell parents that sometimes our children, they have problems in reading. They have problems with the, I had the problem with the 6 and 9 when I was growing up.
Right.
So then you cannot be forcing them to go to school every day. They can go to school from the whole 12 years of their life, and at the end of the day they will not achieve nothing. So
Right.
why not we start creating and teaching these children technical subjects, being creativity, being innovative, being entrepreneurs in a very early age. So
Yeah.
that's what ClockTvet does. So we create sensitization on the importance of skill training in the Gambia. In school, we do a sensitization on radio, TV, schools. We do training also. Like in my workshop, I had girls there for internships, and we train them
At
on,
your auto repair unit, you have girls who are
yes,
doing internship. Wow,
yeah,
so
in
you are actually
internships.
trying to create more Idas just like you.
Yeah, so we have girls who are doing internships. So we have girls that I facilitate internship for many of them. Like if you want to do the catering, hot kitchen, cold kitchen, welding and fabrication, constructions. Yeah, so we facilitate those internships for them, a little bit of support also for them, a career session, because I grew up without having role models in my field. So I want to be that role model to them. Sometimes when I was growing up in my domain, I have certain questions that I cannot ask anybody because they will not understand me. So I want to be there for them, share that experience with them, have that honest youth dialogue with them, like woman to woman. There are certain things we only talk about ourselves. So yes, that's what ClockTvet Foundation is all about.
That is so awesome, Ida, because you are actually trying to encourage entrepreneurship from a very young age. You're trying to tell these beautiful young girls that if it's you're not good at studies, it's okay. What is important is to find that hidden talent inside you.
Yes.
And as you said,
Yes.
you did not have a role model, so you want to create those role models for these children, by accessing them to resources and telling them what their vital points are, and they can build on it. As you said, that even after going to school for 12 years, if a child does not attain anything, those 12 years are a waste. How beautifully put.
Totally.
So at such a young age, you're such a fabulous orator, such a fabulous speaker, Ida, and so motivational. What do you have to tell to the youth who are actually very scared to come out of their the comfort zone, because you are the role model, people like you who have broken the stereotypes of just following the family norms, yes, keeping yourself disciplined, but at the same time living your life, pursuing your dreams. So the youth, as you know, who happens to be the foundation of any country, of any society,
Mm-hmm.
of any home, what do you want to tell to them?
Well, I want to tell them that let them get up. You see, the world is very big. It's a big place. The world doesn't care about us. If you don't tell your story, if you don't tell the world who you are, the world will never know who you are. And opportunities doesn't come knocking in your doors. You go outside there. I'm just telling them, please, we are all special and we are all talented. Each and every one of us has some talent in you. Find it, discover yourself, talk to yourself, have that honest conversation with yourself. Who do I want to be? What is my purpose in life? I'm telling them, if you don't have a purpose in life until you are 25 years old, it's a waste. Have a purpose, find yourself, talk to yourself. You know yourself better than your you more than yourself, and start doing something, start doing anything. Don't wait for anybody. You want to have that career, you have that plan in your head, you have that vision that you want to achieve. Start it in your home, start it in your school. You have mobile phones, start, create platform. The internet is free. Start creating initiative, talk, get out there. Your voice is the most powerful tool, and the way you use it, it's very important. Let us all remember that we are here to go, and each and everybody has a role to play in this world. So don't just leave this world without an impact. Create that impact that even if you are dead, your name is still going to be on this wall.
Oh
That's just
my
what I
God.
wanted to
And
tell
I
all
can
of
go
them.
on and
Let's
on
them
listening to
skip
you.
determination.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
let them be determined and strong and believe in themselves and have that self-love and self-courage, and be disciplined. Discipline, it's everything. You will achieve so much in discipline. And one proverb that I love so much, it's patient. Its fruit is bitter, but it is sweet. So be patient enough.
That is so, so beautifully said, Ida. And I think a woman like you, or I should say a young girl who started at such a tender age by pursuing her purpose, as you've just asked the youth, that by 25, if you don't have a purpose, you need to rethink, because you need to actually exploit those resources, and especially to women
Mm-hmm.
out there, to the young girls. It is a very beautiful message that you've sent. It's an awesome message that you've sent to the parents by telling them that let the children live their dreams, and to the men that you've been so, so voluminously praising them, that they are there to support, because yes, if women have the power, men have a support system, and they can actually make a difference by coexisting. That's very, very, very important. And then again, I think people like you are breaking the stereotypes, but on the other hand, you are a prototype for the youth to follow and to learn from. And yes, people, if you want to know more about Ida, you can Google her up. She has been covered by the media in Gambia. You can even probably reach to know more about her foundation. She is available and on Instagram and Facebook, and you can connect to Ida, because I think a single girl can create, has that power, but together,
Yeah,
collectively, women can make an impact. And that is what the collective series, the
definitely.
stability series that I have, where I bring women like Ida to speak to everyone, is trying to do. It's trying to create an impact. It's trying to create a place where maybe you can get inspired in any way. Anyone listening can get inspired to start something new, to come out of your comfort zone and try and make that difference and live your life. Because as Ida says that, would you want to say that proverb again, that patience is? What did you say, Ida? That patience is the waiting. The patience is the fruit is bitter, but it is where the journey is sweet. Something like that. You said, yeah. What was that?
Yeah, they say patient is bitter, but its fruits is sweet.
Awesome. Beautifully said, Ida. So thank you so much, my dear, for coming today with me, telling me about your journey, letting the viewers know how you lived your life, and you have a long way to go still, and how you gave your personal input in learning, in growing, in understanding what your calling is. So thank you so much, Ida.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a great pleasure to be here. And thank you for creating this platform for women. I have myself personally, I have been learning a lot. I have been following, and I'm telling people to keep on following. It's a learning process, and truly, we need each other. Women support each other. There is nothing that we can achieve. And so, thank you so much. It's an honor.
Yeah, that as I said, that one woman has the power, but collectively we can make an impact. And yes,
Definitely.
it is Eid in Gambia already today. So Eid
Yes.
Mubarak to you, Ida, and
Thank
to your
you
family.
so
Wish you
much.
love, wish you abundance, and please stay blessed and
Amen.
stay awesome. And keep inspiring the beautiful girls that you are teaching under the ClockTvet Foundation.
I will definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Namaste.
my dear. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.